All right, guys. Tar Heels, ding dong. The witch is dead, Zachary.
Yep.
No more.
No more
Krzyzewski. And if the game would have ended Sunday, or if after the game Saturday night, and they partied in Chapel Hill, and if Sunday they just said no more college basketball season, would you have cared?
Nope.
I wouldn't have either.
You want to win the Natty.
No,
You
it
do,
don't matter.
but
It don't matter.
that was better for the overall.
They
Now,
lost.
did we
If
poo
you're
poo the
Butler
Natty?
or somebody
Yes.
and get there, we'll be there in 2 or 3 years. Don't worry about it, Tom.
Did we poo poo the Natty? We did.
If you're
I
at NC
think-
State, you get there 1 out of 40 years.
I think.
They won the most important game
Oh yeah.
in
won-
school history.
They won the 3 most important games.
Losing to Kansas, they've already lost national championships before. They've lost Final Fours before. But beating Duke in the Final Four was the most important game in
When
school
old
history.
Coach Crybaby stayed because he had all those McDonald's All-Americans.
He had
all
Remember
them
last week?
players.
Oh, y'all weren't here last week.
Still got beat.
Matt said, I got a feeling that Coach K, if they lose to Carolina, will come back next year.
Have you heard the rumor?
And then Robbie goes, maybe, I doubt it. And then they said it. Jay Williams come out and said it yesterday that there's a possibility that he will come back after the goodbye
Because he's a
season,
narcissist
Terry.
and he can't
You
take
get to
it.
see Coach K another time. How would you feel about that if he did come back?
It'd be like players.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, I wouldn't think nothing about it now.
Yeah, but how many players have a goodbye season, Terry, where they give you awards and they show your wife 9,000 times coming in to hug you and kiss you after games and stuff? It'd be a little bit different, right?
I don't think so.
Here's my advice.
Then Brady just saying,
Here's-
I'm out for 2 weeks, so y'all trade me? There's no
my-
difference.
Coach K, go play some golf. Go play
I
some
agree.
bingo.
They've made
Just-
enough.
just
These
go.
old guys made enough.
I'm
money.
just. I don't,
You know,
whatever.
there's no way that he can sit here and say that's how he wanted his career to
No.
end. I don't care who you are.
Who cares? I don't.
That's
care
the way his
about
career
him
started
or his
because Tar
feelings
Heels
or
is the first
whatever.
team he ever lost to.
And would
at
it be
Duke.
a joke
It's
for
funny
him
how
to say
they
I'm
used to
coming
open
back?
up the season
No.
with conference games. Like when I read that, it's like they used to open up with conference games. I guess we just didn't realize that it's been so long because nobody does that now.
Yeah.
You know, you play 10 non-conference. Well, Duke plays all at home, and they play like North Carolina A&T or Western Carolina or somebody. Somebody they can hammer by 30 points. Yeah, I didn't even realize they would play conference game. I like it though. Conference right out of the gate. Let's get to it. Let's play the meaningful games. So goodbye, Coach K.
think-
Don't come back. Do us a favor.
And me not being a Carolina Duke fan or whoever fan,
You're a
except for
Carolina
State.
fan. You're a Carolina fan as long as they're playing the Big Ten.
I am. I am. Oh, I meant to tell you about that, Tom. I'm glad you mentioned
He's
that.
got notes over there. He ain't pulled out all day.
Tom,
Well, he's got
you know,
time to make notes. Not
I
like he's
want to
doing
tell you
anything
something,
at
Tom.
work.
I'll tell you something, Tom. Think about this.
Camille saying, make those notes for
Think
you.
about this, Tom. Tom, will you listen?
I'm listening.
All right. The Big Ten come out of this thing 9-9, 50%. The ACC come out of this thing 14-5. That's 73.6%. You know, in high school, Tom, and you do this, if you make 50%, you fail. You failed. You got an F. You did, Tom. You know how that works in high
Not in
school.
your
You
class.
lost, Tom. You
Not
lost.
in your class.
You got an F.
What was
Yeah,
the Big Ten's
We
record?
9-9. So the ACC would get a 73.6. No, we wouldn't have an A or a B, but we only got
I'm
five
just-
teams in it, so we got a C.
I'm going to give
and
some.
we passed.
I'm going to give some credit to Coach Davis. After they got thumped by Virginia Tech in the ACC tournament, he pulled those guys together. I mean, it's just a
He
great
did.
just
He
a
did.
great coaching job by Hubert Davis. The only thing that I don't like about Hubert is he's on those refs too much. Like you need to shut up. Even the announcers came down and said the one ref looked at him and said, "Don't say another word. Don't turn into Coach Crybaby." That's all I want. That's all I ask you, Hubert. Because when I liked you when you were a player, I liked you when you were a commentator, I like you as a coach. Okay, I think he does a great job. But please, please, please don't ride the refs the whole game. Nobody likes that. But I think that considering what he played, 6 guys. He had 6 guys, right?
Yeah, he played.
I
he
mean,
might have
yeah.
pulled one.
Johnson
He pulled one other in.
The job that Hubert Davis did. I mean, that's the NCAA Coach of the Year. He did a great
I
job.
agree.
He
But
did a
now,
great job.
is everything from there a downfalter if he cannot do it next year?
I mean, well,
I mean, he set the
considering
stats too high.
considering what he did his first year. I mean, sometimes you got nowhere to go but up, but he's got nowhere to go but down.
unless he wins the national championship.
I
I
think
think my comment was when he was hired, all he has to do is go 500 or what? All he has to do is win a first round game. And he did better than Roy Williams did his last 2 years or something like that, or second. Get to the Sweet 16.
he did,
And he did better.
and he
than Roy.
solidified himself as legitimate. That
Mm-hmm.
he proved to everybody that Carolina made the right choice, which is going to help him in recruiting.
100%.
Right.
And I said this when they got it. They made the right choice on him. And that's before even, I didn't know too much about him as a person or man or how he was. And every time he talks, I like him more for the most part. And you like what you're saying, Tom. But he played on Dean Smith's system and coached under Roy, so he knew both of those. And he knows today's system. He's a 3-point shooter, so he would love to shoot the three. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
You're a lot younger. The kids, what reason now? Duke's announcing they've got another 5-star commitment. But besides this year, let's say Duke doesn't do well next year under Shire. Well, why would any recruits any longer go to Duke University? I don't know one reason. You used to go there because you get Coach K's coaching. But who wants to go to Durham, North Carolina? That's not a reason. You want to go play for John Shire?
Coach K's coaching. How many NBA All-Stars has he had? We've had this discussion.
He's had a good
right?
bit of those. He don't get champions out there. They've
champions,
been some decent basketball
decent
players over the years,
basketball players,
but none that.
So, but you're telling me you got to go to Duke to make it in the
Right,
NBA?
No, you do not.
No.
So
It helps you in the draft.
Coach
Right.
K's.
But what I'm saying
coaching.
going forward, like Zach, you look at Hubert Davis and what they accomplished and what he did. He beat the guy who taught John Shire how to coach and recruit in his first season at the rival 10 miles away.
Twice in a
What
row.
makes you
Twice in a
as a
row.
recruit say, that's the one I'm going to, unless Nike money is talking.
He beat
Nike money's talking, we're going to Duke. But how long does that Nike money stay at Duke without Mike Krzyzewski?
Let me.
Wait, if
let
they're
I
not
think
me
winning.
they're dead. I think they're done.
yeah, let me ask
Whoa,
y'all
whoa,
something.
one more quick,
All
real quick,
of it.
Terry. Well, yeah, go ahead, Terry. I got a question for you. It's going to be a long answer.
But
You go
now,
ahead.
here's my question. As we go in next year, they already come out with the preseason stuff already.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas was number 1. Houston, UCLA, Kansas, UNC comes in at 5. Duke comes in at 6. Kentucky 7. Baylor, Creighton, Arizona, Michigan, Gonzaga, all the way down to 12. Villanova, Tennessee, and Alabama. But here's my question for you. We've seen the one and done players. Here's what they're stating already. Arkansas is going to have 3 starters that are one and done coming in. So I'm already wiping them out. You're not going to win nothing. I don't care how good you are in regular season. You're not going to win nothing.
Right.
Houston comes in. They only got 1 starter coming in. One. UCLA has 1. Kansas has 3. UNC has 1. Opportunity. That's how I look at it. Duke, 4. So we're going to have the same thing with Duke. They're going to be good until the games count, and then you're going to get beat by somebody who has better athletes, juniors, and seniors.
You really need Coach K's coaching for 1 year to
Yeah.
make it in the NBA. That's what I'm
You
saying.
know,
Coach K, give me a break.
You're 3 months.
If any of those guys are all-stars, is it really due to Coach K or is it due to their athletic
So, Terry,
ability?
will Duke – go ahead, Terry. Finish
Well,
your
here's
thoughts.
what I was going to finish. Kentucky 2, Baylor 2, I can see all that. Okay, now you're getting down to the teams that I say are going to be good next year.
Mm-hmm.
Creighton has none. Arizona was good this year. They have none. So they're going to be at the elite next year, I think. Michigan has 1. Gonzaga has none coming in. And then you go on down. Villanova 2. Tennessee and Alabama were good this year. Next year they have none. So, I mean, when I look down this, I understand you're going to see Duke and you're going to see Arkansas and all of them with the one and dones be good. But when it gets to the end, who's going to be elite teams? And I go down through there and I'm thinking Creighton, Arizona, Gonzaga, Tennessee, Alabama will be elite. Carolina will be one of those, and UCLA will be one of them teams that win it next year.
All right. So, with that said, real quick, Terry, with all these people, and I think they're getting all these recruits right now, 1 year in, the transfer portal and all that is real now.
It is.
And nobody knows it better than NC State, Terry. Do
Yeah, we know
Do y'all have
everything.
any basketball players left?
Probably not.
I mean, I'm 100% serious. Can y'all
I
play a
am
basketball game
serious.
today? They can't.
No. We have lost so much. And I think it's how we play. You got to have faith in your coach. We cannot play. And this is my deal for people. If you're a State fan, and you got to understand this, we cannot play full court man-to-man and run our offense at 1,000% and be competitive in the ACC. If we is in a Western Conference tournament or a games or stuff like that, or some other conference that's not the Elite Five, we could do that. But when you're playing in ACC, you're playing against McDonald's All-Americans.
Mm-hmm.
They are used to beating all this stuff that we're doing. It's no big deal to them. And now we've got Smith, who says he's not sure about whether he's going to transfer, whether he's going to go on to the NBA or be a draft pick. But then we've got Sebron, who's thinking the same thing. Manny Bates has already said he's leaving. I mean, we've got 3 starters right there that were our total offense that are leaving North Carolina State.
I keep seeing it come across the Twitters and everything that this state player. I'm like, do they have any players left? Like, how are y'all going to get a team next year?
Bellingham, he's already elected not to come to state now. He's already pulled out after he said he was coming. So
LSU lost their whole team. Did y'all see that?
No.
Every player on LSU's gone because they fired the coach. They all transferred out. Every single player. And then what was the Cinderella team this year? What was it?
St. Peter's.
Their 3 best players all went transfer portal.
Did they go transfer portal to Seton Hall?
All 3.
Wow.
Yep.
Did they go to Seton Hall? Because that's where he went.
I don't know if that's the. I know he went there. The coach. We have to look at it. They would that be tampering?
Think of it.
I mean, they could have, but they all 3 pulled and left.
I mean, give the guy congratulations to the guy from Seton Hall, because he come through Seton Hall. Now he's going back home to coach where he was at.
And they have won before.
It would not surprise me if them 3 players, or 2 out of 3, are not going to Seton Hall.
Wow.
Back in the late 80s, early 90s, Seton Hall was a player. I don't know, you guys remember.
Mm-hmm. Can
you put him back to prominence?
That's when they had P.J. Carlissimo.
It is.
Coach him. Yeah, I remember.
It definitely is.
So I didn't hear all that news. I can't believe. So the coach goes to Seton Hall, and then the players go into the transfer.
They went to transfer portal. Nobody said where they're going to go.
But now nobody's heard anything. Have you heard anything from Carolina? Caleb Love's coming back. R.J. Davis coming back. Armando Baycott. I haven't heard anything whether he's going on or staying.
He's iffy.
Teen Wolf's gone, though, isn't he?
Teen Wolf's gone.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you take those 3, and then Seth Trimble that's coming in, number 45, on the ESPN list. But, I mean, he's going to be a spot to figure. Carolina's going to be good.
Well, they choked that game.
They did.
The national championship game. They're up 15. The thing about it was that it was total lack of defensive effort from my perspective. They gave up. Not only did they give up the lead, they gave it up in 9 minutes, and it just went. It was. I mean, it was done. 11 minutes over. It was over.
Yeah, 9
See, but
minutes
Kansas is when I watch the highlights, Kansas is so relentless in their secondary break. I mean, they're just relentless. They're coming after you.
They're
every
a second
time.
half team. Creighton had them beat, and they come and got Creighton the same way.
Yeah. One thing
attacked them in the second half.
We talked about all years or the last few weeks especially is Carolina's shot selection.
Yeah,
and when you're down, you're in a battle. Sometimes you can get away with taking bad shots, but it's almost like in a football game when you're up 15 points, you have to run the ball.
I would have kept going through Baycott down low, and they just kept firing shots.
Yeah, they were firing quick threes,
and I was afraid of what happened with Caleb Love having some success in a couple games before that. Kevin said he thought it would be Steph Curry, either one of them,
right?
And he'll come down and pull a bad shot like 7 seconds into the shot clock.
So he was 5 of 24. Manic had 3 threes in the first 10 minutes of the game. Then he got, smacked in the face and all the other stuff.
Got hurt bad. That one fall, the elbow was awful.
He didn't hit another 3 the rest of the game. So Caleb Love takes 24 shots, 5 of 24. R.J. Davis was 5 of 17. Our guards took 41 shots when you have Baycock down there.
And Manic's a good player.
Both of those should have been getting way more shots.
10 out of 40.
Puff Johnson came off the bench and helped us tremendously.
That's it right there. Your guards go 10 of 41, and your big man got 21.
And you only got beat by 3?
Baycock and Manic combined for 21 shots. Caleb Love took 24 by himself. Caleb Love missed 19 shots. Caleb Love missed almost more shots than Baycock and Manic took.
Good job, LaMelo.
He was 1 of 8 from 3, 13 points. Real quick, Tom, the last play of the game.
Should you call timeout?
On what?
That's what I heard people talking about.
But you guys talking
timeout on what?
And they said Hubert Davis kept too many timeouts. So maybe he should have called.
He
For the last play, we called. We had a timeout on the last play. Bill Self called the timeout.
Plus, you had the timeout anyway because the guy stepped out of bounds.
I'm confused about when a timeout should have been called. I didn't see anything. Bill Self called the timeout on the play.
I don't give Caleb Love the shot.
That's where I was about to get to.
I'm giving it to R.J. Davis.
What I do is run a pick and roll with Caleb Love and Manick. They didn't give him no pick, no nothing. It was and because you had 5 seconds, Terry. The play they ran was the play if you run like 2 seconds, right? He just called it, shook a guy, and pulled a 3. That's a 2-second
Fading
play.
Away.
Right. That's a 2-second play. He had 5. They could have ran any play in the playbook is designed to get a shot off under 5 seconds. They could have called almost anything. I personally would have called the pick and roll with Manick and Love. Love come around. If he gets doubled, switch to Manick. You got a 6'10" guy shooting a shot. That's what you want. You want your best, your fearless player, Caleb Love, and your best shooter running a pick and roll, and they didn't. Now, they missed the shot, whatever. You lose by 3.
It was a
they
low
blew it
percentage
before
shot,
then.
though.
They should have even been in that position. 40-25 at halftime, got outscored 47-29 in the second half. So
bad.
There's that wrap up. Any other thoughts, Tom? I'm sorry, I did interrupt you there.
No, I just thought I was just going to say they sort of got the free timeout because they had to review. Kansas had the ball, and then the guy stepped out of bounds. But they got how many?
That guy stepped out of bounds twice. Or think about this: on the right side of his body with his left foot twice.
Yeah, but did you see the? Did you see? The line was a little confusing because they had the out of bounds line, then a little space, then the dart. I just didn't really understand that. But, I just want to say that you talk about Carolina got out-hustled. They had 3 cracks at it at the end.
Yeah.
They missed a shot. They got offensive rebound, had another shot. Then they forced the guy to step out of bounds, and they got another shot. So, those guys hustled and created the opportunities, just couldn't get it to fall.
I don't think they played well on defense at all. I think they hustled well because here's your stat. Before the game, Kansas was 29-0 winning the rebounding battle.
Yeah.
Carolina was 0-9 losing the rebounding battle. Carolina won the rebounds by 20. 55-35.
Baycott 15 rebounds. Baycott's a machine.
Last year, I made a comment about Baycott. I have to apologize to him. I said he was soft last year.
Yeah.
He is not.
All right. I got some funny tweets. I got to get out here. I got baseball practice in here in about 15 minutes. Not funny tweets, but tweets of the week. Albert Pujols, last time he was on the Cardinals, the last time he played for him, this is kind of Freddie Freeman folks are going to be having these in a few years. He had maybe I'm reading word for word on here. What could be described maybe as the greatest World Series game, 5 of 6, 3 homers, 6 RBIs, and scored 4 runs to win the World Series. The highest OPSs among active players of all the players that are active now, Albert's got 4 of the top 5. Bryce Harper is the only other one with over 1,100 there on those. Now, Tom, I got some for your favorite sport. Well, I don't call it a sport, but anyway, Leo Messi. Some call him the greatest, right, Terry?
Could.
Think about this. 83% of a soccer game, Leo Messi is walking. Is he a golfer? Like, I don't think golfers walk that much because they stand there for 5 minutes waiting to hit the next shot. 83% of the time, they did the math on him this year, he was actually walking during the game. It says the other 17% make him the best player in the world. That's somebody making a soccer joke, but I just thought it was wild that they actually really do walk for 80% of the time. 83% of the time.
Depends on where the ball is.
That's insane. Why don't you just make the field shorter? Get more action.
I'm fine with that.
Is that a dumb comment from a non-soccer fan? Or
when I was a coach, I remember I used to do. It was just a game to work on shooting. I would bring both big goals and put it like on a 50-yard field.
Mm-hmm.
And because as soon as you got the ball, you turn around and shot. It was a goalkeeper drill and shooting drill,
right?
To kind of increase the number of shots and increase the goalkeeper practice. I could not get those kids off that field because it was like a rotation, like you were supposed to work on this and then rotate. No, coach, we want to stay here. But it was exciting, because you turn around and make one pass, here comes another shot. So, yeah, I think that would,